Alright, grade 10, this is now in your textbooks on page 161. Linear inequalities with one unknown. So, meaning people, we got only x or only y or only a. Okay? And linear inequalities means you don't have a squared. Right. Now, here's something really important to remember. This is not that important, people, because it just simply states that your inequality sign stays. But, and those are the two conditions that you must remember. When you multiply or you divide by a negative number, the signs swap around. Okay, so if you would have less than and you say divide by -3, then you would change your sign to a greater than. Okay, and then if for one or other reason you swap the left and the right hand side, so it simply means, people, you would take the right hand side and write it on the left, and you would take the left hand side and write it on the right. Okay, so you swap the left and the right hand side, then also the inequality sign needs to be swapped. So these are the two conditions, people, where you must remember to swap your sign. In all other conditions, like she explains here, they remain the same. Okay, I'm going to explain to you quickly on page 161, example 40. Let me just erase this. Sorry. Okay, so if you look at the first example, x plus 3 is less than 6. Okay, people, we solve inequalities in the same way as we would solve equalities. And I have taught you the method of Gr10 is or. So we want to find x, meaning we must take the 3 over to that side. You use the opposite operation, so it becomes -3. Okay. Then, if you calculate the right-hand side, you get 3. Now, what she does, and that is actually what you do also when you do Gr10 or, you do the same thing on both sides. So, you minus 3 on the right, on the left, as well as on the right. Now, what I have taught you is just simply not writing this step, people. We don't write it on both sides. We always write only on the opposite side. So that's where this -3 comes from. So don't bother about writing this, people. You can just go on with Gr10 or. Then your answer is x is less than 3. Okay. If we look at the second example, -6 minus x is greater than 2. Now remember, we want to find x, meaning we're going to take over the 6, which becomes +6. Okay. Don't bother again writing it on both sides. Okay. Then we have taken the -6 away, people. Okay. Meaning on the left hand side we've got negative x left over, and then 2 plus 6 equals 8. Now we never express a variable as negative, so she has now divided by -1. You can just as well just multiply by -1. But remember now the law. When you divide or multiply by a negative number, your signs must swap. Okay? So importantly, then this becomes positive x, the 8 becomes negative, but now, people, it reads x is less than -8. So here is an example of the rule: when you divide or multiply by a negative number, then your sign swaps around. So this is something you must really be aware of and take note. Now, I repeat, when you divide or you multiply by a negative number, you must change your inequality sign around. So I hope you understand. I want you to now do example 40, exercise 40.